Oh yeah, you guys know what time it is. It's Saturday. That can only mean that we got a new Shuukan coming at ya. What's up, everybody? I'm Squall Charlson. I'm your host as always. Join with me again this week is Malinus.
Hey, I'm ready to talk about
What are we talking about this week?
oh, sorry. I got the live stream playing in the background, so I just heard you start over.
Oh, gotcha. Hold on. There's something with my background. You can see the corner of it. I just noticed. There we go. We fixed it. Technical difficulties today. How's everybody doing this weekend? Are you guys ready to talk about some Ultraman and Kamen Rider and the best Tokusatsu Power Ranger news? All right.
I prefer Doctor Who.
Doctor Who, yeah, it's a good Tokusatsu. Yeah, let's jump into it. All right. So, our first wow, I need to take a chill pill and just relax. I'm like so excited to be back with you guys. Our first story this week is Power Rangers Shattered Grid sold out in stores. So Boom Studios and Saban Brands announced that issue 25 of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Part 1 of the Shattered Grid event has completely sold out on the distributor level. Fans who missed out on getting a physical copy won't have to wait too long, since it has been confirmed a second printing with a new variant cover will be coming out alongside the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Annual on April 25th. Power Rangers Shattered Grid is Boom Studios' comic book entry for the 25th anniversary of Saban's Power Ranger franchise. The comic event sees Power Rangers from throughout the series history going against the evil Ranger Lord Draken, and easily shaping up to be the comic event of the year. Malinus, do you read these? Do you read comics?
It's been a while since I've read comics. Last time I read any was Transformers.
Okay,
because they were doing something. Huh?
Yeah, I read a few of those. Those are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I kind of feel like
from what you said and what from other people said, the Power Rangers comics are also equally good.
Mm-hmm. Like honestly, I feel like it's sort of what those Transformers comics had, but now like on a Power Ranger level, which is really easily, like one of the best things that has come out of the franchise. And I was a little disappointed. Like, we had the movie coming out that was all about Mighty Morphin, and I'm like, ugh. And then we had this comic that was coming out that was all Mighty Morphin. I was like, ah. But I was...
Yeah, that's the problem with Power Rangers.
Yeah, like, most people can't see past that initial season. But, like, these entries, both the movie and this comic universe, are wonderful. They're so good. I actually... Living in LA, there was an event that I could have went to go and talk to Kyle Higgins. He was doing signings of the first part, this issue 25, and it was an hour drive away. And I didn't go and do it because I went to my comic book store that was just a couple blocks away, about 30 minutes to an hour after they opened, and they were already sold out of all the Power Ranger 25s. So I was like, well, I'm not going to go up there at 5 p.m. today, because currently at like 10 a.m. they're already sold out, and a lot of people at that event did not get an issue to have him sign if they didn't like pre-order one or had it on poll. This blew my mind. But no, it's good that they're doing a second printing and everything. But yeah,
gotta love those variant covers.
It's such a good idea. It's basically like a blind bag, which sucked because a lot of people just bought like 10 of them to get the cover that they wanted. But yeah.
Oh dear.
Hey guys, I forgot to mention, if you look above the screen, we have Ask a Question at the goo.gl/slides, XC845V. If you guys go to that, it's also down in the description. You can click on it. You can easily get to that. You can ask a question. You can ask pretty much anything, and you can upvote other people's too. And I can see those, and I can put those into here, and we can kind of keep this a little more interactive, because my chat's way over here, so it's a little bit harder to see sometimes. But hey, thanks for that compliment. I think I am looking pretty good today. All right, moving on. We have what everybody's probably here waiting for: Ultraman Bull, Rosso, and Lube, trademarked by Subaru. These registered 3 new Ultraman titles with the Japanese Patent Office happened on March 14th. The names Bull, Rosso, and LUBE were approved for publication on the 27th in Japan.
Somehow Lube got approved.
I mean, if you look at what happened to it with Ready Player One, it needs all the lube it can get.
Ooh.
Ooh, burn. Did anybody see Ready Player One in chat? I'm taking back everything I said about that movie, all the hate I gave it. It was very good, and you could tell that they wanted Ultraman in that, but they couldn't get him. There's so much.
I've seen the trailer and your vlog.
Thank you. It was very, very well done. The character that they replaced it with also had a timeout and like a cooldown. So I was like, and it was used by one of the Japanese characters who was playing Kamen Rider Heaven's Tornado guy. Super crazy. But Ultraman Lube, we have the characters here. How do you pronounce these? Like if you're gonna phonetically pronounce them.
Oh, let's see. Ultraman Bull is Ultraman Blue, which I guess could be blue. I don't know. Ultraman Rosso, which is it's Rosso.
Rosso.
With 2 S's.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lube is Rubu, which is the katakana for bull switched around. So maybe there's a pun there. And it's not just that.
Yeah, it's not just it's not. Yeah. Is this for a new show that's coming out, or is these like characters that are gonna? I guess I'm not really too knowledgeable when it comes to Ultraman, and every time I look at Ultraman, it's like there's a new season going on. There's something else that's happening.
Yeah,
like,
I remember George and the other guys who like Ultraman were saying that this would usually be around the time that a new trademark for a show would come out.
Mm-hmm.
So probably. And also, sorry to talk about rumors. Because I think they said something about how there was some talk of multiple Ultraman characters in the show. So this kind of checks out.
I mean, you look at kind of like what Sentai's doing. Ultraman, I think, needs to have something on a similar scale. Because I would watch that.
I would sooner compare it to Kamen Rider.
Oh, I guess, yeah. What's Kamen Rider? I forget about Kamen Rider. Actually, all of the next news stories are all about Kamen Rider, so I hope you guys are prepared. Anything else you want to talk about this? Any other jokes you want to make for Ultraman Lube?
I think in the chat alone has already made like all the jokes that we need to make.
Yeah, you guys did our job for us. Thank you so much. Oh man, Ultraman Lube. All right, moving on. Who's that Shukuman? Anybody take a guess? This one's pretty easy. Let's see. Let's go to a question here. All right, here we go from Tyler. You see the supposed Kamen Rider leak? Did you see these, Malinus?
Just earlier. Yeah,
they're the build previous rider forms. It's a pretty strong. Someone's going really all out on an April Fool's joke, I feel.
Yeah, I'll give them credit. They actually know how to do the art style.
Mm-hmm. They did the art style, and then they even took it a step further and printed it off, and
Because the thing that always gives away those fake leaks is the fact that they look like fan art, but these are like taken from the front. They look like character models. It's actually on point.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. I'm seeing if there's another one. Have I asked you this? This is from Heidi. Are you Team Lupin Ranger or Team Pato Ranger? I don't know if I've asked you when you were on the show this one.
I've actually watched some episodes now. I think I'm pretty okay with both of them, but I definitely like the look of the Lupin Rangers a lot more.
Yeah, definitely. Like if we're going by like aesthetics, Lupin Ranger definitely has it. I just actually caught up to all the new episodes last night. I watched episode 7 because I'm doing my podcast on it, and Pato Rangers are still my favorite. And like, I don't want to talk about that episode. Maybe I should just do like a live stream where we talk about like the new episodes of the week, which means I have to like catch up on Ultraman and catch up on Build. But then we can like, oh, that's a good idea. I might do that. But yeah, they had some really good stuff. That have you ever seen Shikanger?
I've seen a few episodes of it.
Did you see episode 2?
Yes, but you're gonna have to tell me what episode 2 was about.
Well, basically 1 and 2 work really good in conjunction with one another. But 2 is when I realized that this was actually going to be a show not about like superpowers. It was a show about people rescuing one another. Like we haven't seen something like this since like Go-Go 5. But basically, he's got his retainers, and he gets hit by the monster, and then Kotaha like jumps in front of it like and gets hit and like untransforms, and he's just like, if you're that weak, I don't need you. And he like goes to fight the monster, and everybody's like, man, what a dick. But then you realize as he pulls this girl, like this little girl, out of the wreckage and is still fighting the monster, that he didn't care about like his body. He didn't care about like what the fight was going to entail. He just cared about protecting that girl. And episode 7 had something very much like that with the Pata Rangers. And
that I know which episode you're talking about with Pat Ranger.
And the Lupin Rangers, like Red at least, really like kind of took that to heart, and he's like, damn it, maybe we are on the wrong side. It was super good. It was super, super good. So back to Who's That Shukuman. I see some people got it. Yeah, it's Sento. Woo! I'm watching more Build, so I decided to put him in. All right. Speaking of Build, Kamen Rider Build opening to feature new visuals.
Finally.
Yeah, which is weird because like I even if I don't watch a show, sometimes like if I'm skipping out on a Kamen Rider or if I'm catching up with the Sentai, I will still download the episodes. I'll still like catalog them so I can watch them later. But I don't know. It's weird. I like to just watch the intros even if I haven't caught up on the show, because sometimes like I think it was Gaim. I watched like the first half of Gaim, and then I got busy with life and didn't care for it. And it was getting close to like the end of the show, and I watched like episode 40's intro, and I was like, what is happening in this show? And it made me want to watch the whole thing. Builds has been pretty much the same for the longest time. So this is...
I don't know how far along you are, but there are some characters that need to be altered.
Yeah, like it mentions that Kamen Rider Grease as well, Sawa Takegawa are going to be basically now put into the intro, which is...
I'm really surprised that Sawa hasn't even been in the opening. I never even noticed.
Really?
She's been around since like episode 2, or even just episode 1.
Who's Sawa? Is she the girl that's always asleep?
He's the news reporter or journalist.
Yeah. Really? She hasn't been in the... Whoa.
Yeah, I never really noticed it until that brought it up.
She's like the first like main character of the bunch that was even in the very first episode. She gets saved by Build. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's really funny to kind of see like what Kamen Rider does, because like Sentai I love to death because they change the intros basically like on the week that it happens. But too many times Sentai has put something in the intro that gets introduced that episode, and I'm usually pretty good at not focusing or remembering the next time ons. And so like I see the new hero in the intro and I'm like, huh, okay. I think that happened twice now where like that character was in the intro, or like they made allusions to it like in the like grand sponsor. But yeah, no. Build, I'm on board. Build, I'm enjoying it. So you guys win this round. Yeah.
If it helps, I'm also watching Q Ranger now.
Oh, what do you think of that?
I'm on episode 4, which was probably my favorite one so far. It's a very fun show with a lot of fun characters, and I'm glad that Lucky is starting to warm up to me already.
Enjoy that while it lasts. It kind of loses its appeal halfway through. Yeah. Anyway, additional Amazon's movies are announced. Before Kamen Rider Amazon's The Movie, Final Judgment, there will be 2 movies which tell the events of the 2 seasons. Kamen Rider Season 1, The Movie, Awakening, comes out on May 5th, while Kamen Rider Amazon's Season 2, The Movie, Death and Rebirth, coming out on May 12th, right before my birthday. Final Judgment will then be out on the 19th. So, did they figure out a way to milk a clip show into a movie? Is that basically what's going on here?
Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to play out.
Because like you can see in like a lot of like Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and Sentai are all guilty of this, where they have like the New Year's Eve episode, or like it's like towards the end, and they basically just like have a clip show of all the stuff that's happened before.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna be that, or like a very surmised version.
Kind of hope it. I kind of hope it flows well enough because I'm kind of interested in seeing these instead of watching the show.
Mhm. Um, weird segue. Do you know of blah, blah, blah. Hold on, I gotta close Slack real quick because George is um did you ever read the series of unfortunate events books?
I have not.
Do you know of the show that's on Netflix for it?
I think I might have heard about that once.
It's really good. So like the books were really good. The books mostly focus on the kids. Or you could say like if I'm gonna put this in correlation to Amazons, the kids are the Amazons, so like their story gets covered. But since it's been put on Netflix and it's been redone, they have all these other characters in the backstory that like make sense in the books when you read them, but they're not present in the book. So I feel like they may do something like that where you get more scope of these background events and characters. Um, I hope nobody gets mad at me, but I have not watched Amazons. I
I haven't either. It's like the one modern writer thing I've not watched.
see, and I'm a really big fan of the first and the next, even though I know those are really bad movies. And like I want to watch Amazons, and I watched the first episode with a friend, and I don't know if we were just like not paying attention or busy with something else, but we started talking about Akiba Ranger, and then we just sat down and watched all of season 1 of Akiba Ranger. So
That was a good choice.
yeah, I want to get back on Amazons. I just I feel like I
You should
maybe
watch season 2 of Keep It Range instead.
No. I'm not a fan of season 2.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, no, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you want to move on to the last piece that we have for the week? Do you have anything else about Amazons?
Nope. Speaking of parodies,
Good segue. We have Mitsubishi Electric introduces Kamen Raito Shun in a new ad. So this one's kind of more of a fun little filler piece. But basically, Mitsubishi Electric decided to use Tokusatsu as a means to help promote their brand of consumer electronics with the introduction of their parody cool hero, Kamen Raito Shun. This isn't the first time Japan's done this. Like they use a lot of Tokusatsu memes. Like I think Kamen Rider G was one of those. They have like
the G was a weird one, but yeah, it's also a parody.
yeah, you got like I don't know. There's a bunch of like licensed stuff, so it's really cool to see like how much work was put into this. Because I think the monster in this video was voiced by the guy who does Frieza in the Dragon Ball anime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this thing's really self-aware of itself, and it's really cool and it's really fun, and it's already sitting at like 250,000 views, and it's only come out like a couple days ago. It's super good. It's super well put together.
I watched it just before we started talking.
What'd you think?
I loved it. It's fun seeing them kind of like nail that tokusatsu style.
Definitely.
Like with the music and the way the monster talks, they know what they're doing.
Right. So there's a link in the description at the very bottom. You can check that out after the video. We're almost done here. Just because I always get in trouble every time I play a video on here. So I don't want to get anybody in trouble, so we're not going to show it, but it's really cool. It's really fun. So George over on the TokuNet actually is telling me that I should talk about what is this? Haruka and Jin's best friend combination will face off against the strongest enemy. So they actually released this image here. You guys can see it for the movie coming out on the 19th. It's just a nice
Yeah, that
little
seems
photo.
legit.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to the last. Who's that Shukuman? Now this one's kind of going to be a little bit harder, but also
Yeah,
a little bit easier too. Let's
the
see.
silhouette.
um, let's see. Let's get a couple questions in here. From my life vlog too. What's your favorite Kamen Rider theme song? His is Forze. Do you have a favorite?
Right now it's technically Xade, but I always kind of get Gaim stuck in my head.
Yeah, Gaim's very good. I like Drive a lot. That one gets me pumped up. I have that when I drive around, and it's kind of dangerous because I like listen to that, and I'm like, "Oh, you need this Drive," just like blasting through the back streets.
I think ever since Forze, I've just had like a ringtone on my phone for every Rider theme.
Oh, O's is like one of the best theme songs. I love ska, and
Yeah, O's actually got me into the sound of ska music.
I like, if we're talking about like theme songs. Have you seen the music videos that they do for some of the theme songs?
I've seen some of them, but I don't really go out of my way to watch all of them.
Decades was really like, it was shot very well, and of course it was gacked, so
Oh,
it was
yeah.
had a high production value, and like they had this like camera that was like, he was on a platform and it like spins around him, and it was really cool how they did that.
Yeah, that was a cool one.
But then they had doubles with I forget what her name is. And every time that Shotaro or Philip tries to like transform with the Gaia memories, it actually changes their outfits and their clothes, which I was like, huh, okay. But then I saw Oz's, and Oz's is so cool because it is the main singer during a concert where she's singing the song, and it's gonna be like
Yeah.
attacked by this monster, and then Oz like is fighting it while she's singing the song like on stage, and I was like, this is crazy. I love this. Oh man.
On the subject of music videos, you should check out Forest of Rocks, which was like one of the movie crossover themes.
Forest
Just to see what the singer looks like.
Okay, I typed that one down. I'm gonna Forest of Rocks. All right. From Special Form 12. What's up, buddy? Isn't it Ultraman rube that originates from the Latin word for red, rubius? It matches with rosso, the Italian word for red too. That could be a possibility. And I think they would know that presenting it in such a form as lube would entice more engagement with it too. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually what they're going for, and it's not actually lube for what we would consider it to be. Oh man. And you haven't watched Amazon, so we can't answer that one. Here, let's do a fun little quick one. If you could make your own Sentai, what would be the theme / gimmick? Do you have any ideas off the bat? I got a pretty cool one. I would, oh, sorry.
I forget what I said before about it, but I guess if I had the opportunity, I would just go ahead and do the insect thing that everyone wants to see.
Like a Kamen Rider insect thing?
Yeah, that's why it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. I actually wrote one that was called 321 Action Sentai, and it was I would want it to be an anniversary season, but it's basically it's a group. It's basically the production group making a Sentai show for the anniversary series. But these actors that play the characters start getting attacked on set by real monsters, and they think it's just like people like pranking them and like messing with them in the suits, but they find out they're real monsters. And after they shoot like the pilot, after they shoot like, you know, like the first like everything to kind of get all the characters set in place, they fire the Red Ranger because he doesn't work well with the group, and they cast this other guy. And so once all this shit kind of starts happening, and the other 4 transform for real to fight these monsters to save the production, they find out that this Red Ranger, the new one, can't transform, and then the old one has to come back because he's like meant to be on this team, even though it's not like what they want. So they have a fake Red Ranger that's on TV, and then they have the real one, and then by the end of the show you can kind of have those come to a head. I don't know, just a fun, like, stupid little idea that I can throw out for Sentai. I have
I'd
like
watch it.
20 of them. What about Kamen Rider? If you could make your own Kamen Rider, what would that look like?
Oh, well, I've already done that.
Oh shit.
I write fan fiction.
This is true. I was trying to do a little nice segue there for you. If you have any little plugs you want to do.
Just keep an eye on TokuNet
Gotcha. All right,
and my own blogs.
here's one more for you, Malinus. What inspired you to start writing writer news blogs, Malinus?
Ooh, I'm not going to name names, but there were some blogs that weren't very good.
I'll name them. Never mind. All right, so that's our show for the week. Let's go back to this. I see a couple people got it. Someone says Shifu. It's actually Shafu, or maybe it's Shifu. I don't. It's spelled differently, but it's Master Shifu from Geki Ranger with the tiny little cat paws.
That's where it's from. Okay.
Yeah.
The silhouette was just so perplexing.
I know. And I always have an easy one and then a hard one. So this is one of the harder ones that I'm excited that people got it, actually. Yeah. Anyway, any last thoughts for the kind people at home?
Don't believe anything you read tomorrow.
But what if
Unless it's coming from TokuNet.
what if there's like CNN articles? Does CNN like do this kind
They
of
don't do
stuff?
Tokusatsu news now.
Really? When did they stop?
Hmm.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Malinus, thank you again for being on show this week.
No problem.
All right, we will see you next week. We will see you next time we go live, whether that be tomorrow or whenever, probably next Saturday. We're going to try to roll out some newer stuff here for you guys too. So, as always, keep an eye peeled. Keep both eyes peeled. 3 eyes if you got them. All right. Have a good one, guys.
And good luck.
Bye.